Hey guys, Nuzley here, and as the title suggests, this is yet another channel anniversary. We've made it another year of this YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm just going to talk about the events that have happened in this last year and also talk about what's happening next year. For one thing you might notice already is that there's no face cam for the first time, or for the channel anniversary at least. That's simply because right now I'm just not in the right state to do it right now. So better off with just the voice anyway. Anyways, so this year has been a bit of a strange one. It's definitely one where I took the foot off the gas a bit when it comes to making content. I took a lot longer breaks, and also just generally I changed my style of uploading. Initially, I uploaded once or twice per week, and that happened for like 2 years in a row. And while it was definitely good for the algorithm, it got to the point where it felt as though I had to keep making them. And when it gets to that point, you're not having as much fun with it. And the whole point of doing YouTube for me is having fun. So if I'm just not having fun, then I'm not going to do it. But, that's not to say I don't have fun making content. It's just that I want to be able to be in the right headspace to make it. With that said, we had a lot of success this year. For starters, I went and got through a ton of really big projects, which haven't necessarily gained a massive amount of attention, but I've taken a long amount of time and I'm quite proud of. I also went through and also made some new experimental videos, such as talking about my problems with Denji versus Yuji, which all my points seem to be misconstrued at, but it is what it is. I also started a sort of mini-series talking about one character in specific and power scaling them. I also then continued and just made better the making a matchup for every insert character here moment. I also came out, which that sure was a time. Yeah, that's definitely the biggest amount of backlash I've just ever gotten, just ever, much less on the internet. I also started making, or at least made more mental health videos as well. Although I've stopped a little bit because, despite what's going on in this video, my mental health has gone a lot better. It's actually doing quite well right now, and I'm quite happy with where I'm at. So it's a bit harder to make content, especially videos about mental health that I haven't already made. There was also then just power scaling theoretical characters like Ultra Instinct Goku Black, for example. There was also then more power scaling internet characters such as Dubus Goobus, and also, L and Light versus Danganronpa, which was definitely another different type of video just due to how it isn't really a fighting video. They also made my first ever death battle review, which, honestly, my opinions on the death battle itself have changed a little bit since the video came out, but it's neither here or there. Overall, the year has been definitely had the ups and downs. It would help if I could speak properly. I also had 2,000 subscribers, which was a pretty massive milestone, which I'm still really thankful for. Hopefully next year we can hit 3,000. I'm hoping for that, and I've got a ton of big plans for next year. I didn't get to do all of the plans I wanted to last year. For example, I wanted to make Naruto versus Luffy this year, but never got to. But I definitely do have a lot planned for next year. Speaking of, I'm going to announce a couple things. Firstly, I'm going to be starting a new Versus series / Versus show. Technically, I did have a Versus series before, but it was so half-baked I didn't even have a name for it, so there's that. This series will have 11 matchups consecutively, each having one character from one series. So specifically, one cast of characters will be from one series, the other ones will be from another. For example, if I do Luffy versus Ichigo, for example, it will be a One Piece versus Bleach themed season. Basically, there will be equal stats in order to prevent the same kind of power scaling outcome that it will basically plague a lot of the videos if it's in there. There'll also be verse equalization, which basically makes the video more interesting in my opinion. Basically, there's the whole thing of different power systems not being the same and thus having abilities which then fit in a bit more wonky when comparing it to other series. So all of their power systems have been made the same just to make it a much more interesting fight. And also, the winner overall will be the series that has most wins by the end of it. For example, if it's One Piece versus Bleach again, if the One Piece characters win 6 times and the Bleach characters win 5 times, then One Piece wins. That's basically the general gist of what I'm going for. And there will be a short trailer by the end of this video that goes over the first matchup I will cover in this new series. Now, I want the series to grow and get bigger, and I want to be able to have animations and fights for it, but I'm not in a position to do that, so I can't really have that happen. The second announcement is not really an announcement, it's more just saying that there's something big that's going to come soon. I think it's in January time I will make it public, but it's more than just this channel and just the wider Versus community as a whole that I'm working on. It's something that is quite big. So, yeah, here's to 2024 and another year of existing on YouTube.